Well, 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 what do we have here? The building provides. The building provides. That doesn't look too bad. I bet I could clean that up and salvage it. Okay, yeah, that cleaned up real nice. Okay, so I just showed up this morning and Bob had put like a new kit inside the toilet and we're getting the toilet hooked up. And he's like, "Where's the pipe wrench?" So he's like right on me the second I walk through the door. And yeah, so now I'm on a mission to find a pipe wrench and I have one here. I just have no idea where I put it. So I have a sinking feeling that I'm not going to be able to find it. And I know for a fact that one of my very next videos, or I'm sorry, video. Wow, I'm so tired. Day after day of this. One of my very next trips here, I think this will be one of the spaces that I dedicate myself to, getting this all cleaned out. Because this can serve as a shop for me. I've been talking about the fact that I need to put some systems in place to help me to create a lubricated dynamic that can I spend a lot of time just looking for stuff. So having a room that's like a dedicated shop where I can keep all the tools, I can be organized and, have a place where I know where to look. At least it's confined to this room somewhere. That will be so helpful for me and save me so much time. So that's going to go kind of up toward the top of the list for my very next trip. I'm getting close to the end of this trip and, you wouldn't know it because I upload them in different order. Different order than I actually film them, so. Oh! What do you know? So we talked about maybe putting a vanity in here. And I said, oh yeah, there's a bunch of those in the building, but kind of embarrassing. I'm not exactly sure what a vanity is. Here I was promising one. I was just, I felt that there's enough stuff in the building. It doesn't matter what it is. I could probably find it. What is a vanity? Is it just like a cabinet that goes under the sink?
Yeah, a vanity is a cabinet with a sink tub. Like a door that opens underneath.
Okay, so I would have been correct then. I think I have a few of those. They're not in the best condition, but I have a couple to choose from. So.
Well, are they in bad enough condition that they'll match the building?
That, I don't know. And probably need to measure the height. So let me go get a tape measure.
And then are you still thinking about tearing the walls out of here or?
The paneling?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Is that something are we doing things out of order?
Well, the only thing that might be an issue is behind the toilet. We may have to pull the toilet.
Well, I wouldn't mind pulling the toilet because we could put a new one. I mean, we got brand new toilets, which...
And normally, I would say that's a wonderful idea. The only thing that worries me a little bit is the rusty bolts in the floor.
Uh-huh.
If we can get everything apart and get a new toilet set. If that's the case, yeah, I'm certainly not in love with that one. It doesn't even have the right seat.
Okay. Yeah. For me, man, just flushing is a huge step forward for this place.
It's got an elongated seat on a round bowl.
Oh, yeah. They call that a drip edge.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
All right. We're doing potty humor, so. All right, let me go get a tape measure. I'm going to measure the height of this sink, and then I can go around looking for the right size cabinet, hopefully. Okay. So if the, what height do we got there? 26?
32.
32.
About 32 to the top. That's going to probably be about a standard.
Oh, but I thought I had to go in underneath it.
No, this will come out if you do a vanity.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking for that thing plus a sink.
A sink top and a vanity, yeah.
Ah, okay.
If we have it.
Well, so I bet somebody would really appreciate that cast iron sink because it's kind
I'm wondering, boy, it's kind of gnarly though.
But it could be a great parts washing station in somebody's garage or something. Yeah.
I put that new rubber in there. It still drips. I think probably the seat and that faucet's bad.
Okay.
So we'd have to change a whole faucet.
I bet there's whole new faucets here too. So,
yeah, and I tried using my seat removal tool and taking a seat out so I could change it. It's wedged in there forever.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So 32 inches, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the second floor is probably the best place to start because there is a lot of plumbing stuff up here. Getting a bathroom going brings a little bit of civility to this place. I mean, it's a little bit of civilization. Here's these guys here. Would that technically qualify one? And then we just do a countertop, and I think it's a little bit too narrow, or it's not wide enough for a sink to sit in. This is kitchen sink, so we could probably find something a little better. The other trick is it has to be wide enough for the sink, but not very wide because that bathroom is not very wide. That like fits in a corner, that thing there. Well, not seeing. I don't know if you guys remember, we had a Habitat for Humanity, and they were my place that I was going to take all the toilet and some plumbing and all that stuff. So I'm going to have to find one about an hour down the road to take it all to, because they went out of business. Their rent went up, and don't quote me on this. This may not be fact, but I heard that the rent went to $6,000 or something, and it was just too much, which is incredible to me that somebody could ask that much for a retail space in Charleston, Illinois, which is just a small town. I've got plenty of sinks to choose from. I would prefer to just do a simple white standard sink, and then these blue sinks, pink sinks, quirky, funky, vintage sinks, they can go to somebody who is doing a vintage restoration. Because the bathroom that we're doing now is just a temporary bathroom until we remodel the whole ground floor. And we'll have, a dedicated, serious set of men's and women's bathrooms. And at that point, I'll pick the best vintage stuff in the whole building and try to make a really cool bathroom. So I am not seeing on the second floor anything that will work. So let me hop up to the third floor. Before I do that, it's possible that there would be something over here. This is where I put all the stuff for the auction. There is a slight chance I could find something in here. Nothing is jumping out at me. I think the mistake that I made was not measuring the distance between the toilet and the wall. Because, here's an old dresser. We could cut 2 holes in the top of that and make a really wide one. Oh. What is that? That's a corner. That one's a corner. And I can't even see back there. Hold the camera way up. Maybe there's something visible. Hopefully by the time you guys see this video, we'll already have it resolved. What's that? Hold on. What do you know? I think we have a winner. That top drawer needs, so let's see, hold on a second. That actually feels pretty healthy. It doesn't seem like it's all rickety and falling apart. The hinges are a little bit loose. That door's not hanging straight. That can be fixed. And this has got a bunch of old drinking fountain parts in it and roofing vents. So, but I'd say that's a pretty good candidate. We gotta get this back on track there. Okay. Nice, but I'm not gonna give up yet. Let's see if we can find something even better. Think of all the hands that have grabbed this handrail here over a century. It's like totally worn smooth. Okay. Posted this video recently. We got this space cleaned out. A couple people asked to see a close-up of the old radios here. Nordemende is the name of that guy. Open. That one's got an old record player in it. They're in pretty rough condition. There were two more of them that we sold in our big sale. But I think they were in even worse condition than those guys. So, here we go. Here we go. What do we got here? There. Is that the previous owner? Does anybody know John Winnett? Is that him? Doesn't say anything on the back. I'll set that aside for now. But there, yeah, that could be the ticket. The sad thing is it means I got to do a whole bunch of moving to get it out. Oh, it's two separate ones. That's not going to work. Oh, what a bummer. Unless, yeah, the bathroom's too narrow. We could separate these and put a countertop across them and then sink into that. But I think that bathroom's a little too narrow for that nonsense. Guys, I don't know if we're going to find something. I mean, we do have that one on the second floor we can fall back to, so it's not a total bust. There's a big one from a kitchen. Funky shaped teardrop one. Pink guy there. Okay. What about this guy? You have to know how to kind of navigate it, but at least you can navigate it. There was a time where you could not squeeze in here. You could not squeeze anywhere in here. What about that guy? I didn't even look to see what was in that box before I pushed it off. These are all kitchen cabinets. Ooh. What do you know? Oh, it's a corner one. Check that guy out. And it's the wrong corner. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. It's got some things up, like some, I guess those are just spacers of some kind. That could be a perfect candidate. So the problem is that it shouldn't be a corner, but and that plywood would be exposed. But I can put a sheet of painted plywood on the side of that and it'll be fine. And I'm wondering if I remove this corner, does that laminate go all the way to the edge and then they put that on? See if I can see. No, I can't. Yeah, that's laminate, right? So that laminate, so actually, theoretically, with a screwdriver, I could probably pop that up all the way around. I think that's, hey birds, I'm trying to film here. Give me a break, would you? Yeah, it's a perfect width. All those kitchen ones were too narrow. I think this is a ticket, so we're good to go. So I brought that down. The cabinet's gonna work, the sink's gonna work, but the faucet is not. So that's where we are with that.
Okay, so this is called PEX. This is what they're using in a lot of new houses now. It's a flexible, it's hard, but it's a flexible plastic pipe.
Okay.
You just cut it with cutters. You put your fitting in there. It's a barb, got a little barb fitting on it. Put that in, and then you put your ring on that. Then you have this tool, and it slips in there like that. You hit the trigger.
It cinches it down.
And now you have a watertight connection.
Compression type fitting, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
So even if you have an active leaking pipe, like when you used to solder copper, if it was leaking, you just couldn't get it to solder. With this, it doesn't matter. It can be an active leak. Pop that in there, cinch it down, and you're done.
Is this legal to run all over the building, water
Yes.
all over the building?
Yes. I mean, that's type accepted. Like I said, most new houses have PEX in it now because copper just got outrageously expensive.
So if I do, I always hesitate to talk about anything that has to do with permits and all that stuff. So this is just basically little maintenance stuff.
Right.
But if we wanted to, do a project and run plumbing everywhere, do you have any idea if you can do your own with, could I go up to the city and say I'm doing my own plumbing, or do they give the permit only if I have a licensed plumber?
That I don't know. It's going to depend on the city. Some cities will let you do your own and they'll inspect it and pass it or not.
Okay.
Some will make you get a licensed plumber.
Okay. I need to talk to them about that.
Yeah.
So, because I would love to have some spigots by the overhead doors for mixing cement when we do the tuck pointing. But that's going to be like a major project to run.
Yeah, and the downside of that is it would all have to be winterized.
Uh-huh.
So right now...
I can't just drain it for the winter and turn it off?
You can. It's just kind of a pain.
It is a pain.
Right now for what you're doing, I'd probably just run garden hoses out of in there.
Everywhere that I need them, yeah?
Yeah, you can get garden hoses, are cheap. Run them out the door, do what you need to do, and then when you're done...
And then at the last stage when I need the quality stuff, then
When you actually have climate control in here, then you can run it permanent.
okay. Okay, sounds like a plan. All right.
So yeah, this comes in half, 3/4, 1 inch. You can get all different sizes. This is half. It comes in blue for cold, red for hot water. That way you can tell, you know, which lines run and where just at a glance without having to trace it all back and go, okay, that's
good.
the hot side.
Wow.
But yeah, that's easy as can be.
So I've got a stack of toilet lids. Have you seen that stack over by the window? All right, I'm gonna go see. I need to.
Lids or seats?
Lids that
We
go
have
on
the lid.
Oh, we have the lid.
Yeah, we have the lid.
Dang it! I was hoping I actually got a use out of one of those toilet seat lids or toilet tank lids.
Yeah, this is just your standard cutter, and
Okay. That seems pretty simple.
I mean, this stuff is so easy to run, and it just comes in a roll.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty encouraging, though. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I can do regular copper and sweat it. But man, once you use this stuff, you don't ever want to go back again. It's just so easy.
Do you think I'll be able to get that paneling out with that toilet there, or
Well,
if the toilet works for my demolition days and remodeling days? If that works, I'll just get a different toilet seat for it and use it. And then, you know, if people are here helping me or whatever, there's a place they can at least wash their hands. And,
yeah, I mean, it's really your call. If you can't get the paneling out with it in there, you have a sledgehammer. You know how to get the toilet out.
Yeah. Now that he mentioned that, I received a sledgehammer in the mail from my friend Tim, and I picked that thing up and I felt like a superhero.
Yeah, it does make you feel very powerful.
Where did I put that at?
You just walked past it.
I did? Oh, yeah.
Here.
Okay.
How do I look? Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I think you need the hat on, though.
I do need the hat on.
Yeah, you need the hat on.
For me, it's like Halloween or something.
Yeah, you're like a construction master at its finest.
Because Halloween's when you wear the stuff that you never wear. Bob, do you have a preference in toilet seat styles?
No.
Like closed loop, open loop?
No, but you're probably going to find only closed at a round bowl. Most of those open are for an elongated bowl.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
That one's actually a round bowl.
Round bowl. I think I know where there's a stack of a bunch of them from the 1960s, so we'll see if that logic holds true for the 1960s as well. So the other day, we were cleaning the battery posts on that guy when we were getting it running. And I was looking for a brush to scrub those battery, is it terminals? Is that what they're called? The posts? And I saw a couple toilet brushes. And I'm like, well, those won't do. But now I'm trying to think, where did I see those at? So this whole process is just a constant running series of epic adventures looking for stuff that you saw somewhere and you have no idea where it's at anymore. So somewhere around this pile here is a stack of toilet seats. And I'm wondering, is that them there? How do I even get back there? Oh, no, those are filters. I know they're flat boxes. And I know they're in here somewhere. Here's another angle. That's bleacher seating there. Well, I have a feeling it's like back there at the worst possible place. Oh, I need to remember that these are here for the hazardous waste disposal days. A giant stack of old paint. I think those have been separated. Like a guy came in and wanted some paint, and I told him to look, and he separated all the good stuff. He was going to come back for it. By good stuff, I mean he opened it up and it wasn't all dried out. It was still liquid. Oh, where are they? I can't get back there. Oh, what's this? That's them. That's them. La 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 la. Okay, hold on. Aluminum luggage racks for a vintage car, or trailer, or camper, or something. I don't know. Blue. Brown. Well, brown would go with the rust of the toilet, but it's the open, elongated kind, and we need the round kind. Pink with a cushy top on it. Black, but elongated and open. Darn it, there's a possibility that there's not going to be one that works here. That one would work. That's the right shape and the right, all that. Is there anything such as like an industrial setting with a pink toilet setup? Let me just find one of those that's not pink. I could go with pink, why not, right? It's probably what's going to end up happening. Another black elongated one. That one, blue, blue, blue. We're getting closer. From pink to baby blue. We're moving in the right direction. Another pink one. That's it. That's it. So I think that's our candidate right there. So I don't know what my life's come to. I'm actually making videos about pink and baby blue toilet seats.
The screws that hold it to the toilet are molded into the seat with nuts on the bottom, so it's not like I can change them to this one.
So I forgot to look in the box if there's hardware, like screws for... I don't think I heard anything rattling around in there, so I'll be surprised if there is. Yeah. But there's multiple boxes, and some of them are of a similar shape and size, so I might be able to rob from another one.
Yeah. I've never been back there.
Yeah, that's an elongated guy there, so that's not gonna... Whoa! Something fell out. What is that?
It's a watch.
It's a kid's watch. Is it like a cart? Oh, it's Tweety. Is it Tweety Bird? I don't know. Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
see-
Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah, see how these are made on? That's different than what we have.
I believe it came out of this box, and I see a bag of parts down here. Could that be it?
That is it. That is us.
That's it. All right. The building provides. Okay, so we're just making joke after joke when the camera's turned off, but what are you gonna do when you're working on a toilet, right?
It's toilet humor time.
Yeah, so I can't post all that because it's. I mean, it's just
Juvenile.
juvenile,
It's very juvenile.
juvenile jokes. So that's a good word for it. All right, so we got that.
Now I gotta try to get the old one off.
Do you need a wrench or?
Now they're little plastic nuts.
Okay. So Bob said we might have a little leak in here by the main shutoff.
Well, it's not leaking. I think it's letting water bypass the shutoff.
Oh, okay. So it's not closing.
Right, it's not closing, so we may need to put a new washer in that one.
Okay. All right. I don't know anything about that, but I'm going to learn. Okay, so do you see that hole? In a previous video, we did demolition in this room, got it to the blank canvas stage. And I talked about it before, but just outside was a heater, or like climate control equipment. And there was HVAC tubing that went up and over to that wall and didn't go anywhere. And the whole time we were turning the wall, I was like, where is this coming from? Where's this coming from? And it turns out that it was coming from right there. So like I said, I showed this before. Here was the electrical service for it. It sat on this concrete pad, and the HVAC went through this gap. And so now that we've removed it, we got this giant open gap. And I was sitting at home last night thinking, you know what? I've had a couple packages come to the building. Not only the thing that Tim sent me, but also supplies and stuff for the different projects. And if I'm not here, it'll go and wait at the local post office for a few days, and they send it back. So, and the worst thing is that they don't put a note on the door that there's a package waiting for me. I have to be very diligent about knowing what's coming. And so last night I was thinking, oh my gosh, at the post office they got this like trap door that opens, and when you open it, closes in the back but opens in the front. You can put the package in, you close the door, and then it drops it through, so that you can't get through or reach and pull packages out or whatever. And Bob said that's kind of like really kind of a low area off to the side. So I looked over here and I thought, oh, maybe someday I could put one right here. We got this plywood, this original glass is missing. But I could get one of those like pull out things. You put it in there, the package drops into the room. So that would be pretty cool. And it would be really hard to see them because they would drop straight down, and I don't think you can get to that angle looking in. So you wouldn't be able to see. Those front windows are frosted, so I'd be covered there. So I don't know, just something to think about for a future project. I saw that water spinning around. I was wondering if you flushed the toilet or if the vibration of the Sawzall.
It was either that or the air blowing out of the Sawzall. I don't know which. I saw that too. It looked like a flush.
There had to be a fart joke in there somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's just hard when you don't have time.
I know.
All right. There's like, until I pull that paneling off, there's nothing left to do. It just works.
We gotta clean that seat with something though. We gotta get some good cleaner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, though it's new in the box, there is Very unfortunate color on there. So, yeah, I need to get a rag. I forgot I'm supposed to be looking for a toilet brush. I think, is that, let me see if can I zoom in with this guy? Yeah. Doesn't that hold a toilet brush? I'm not sure. No, because it's got a lid on it. If there was a brush in it, it wouldn't have a lid on it. Tupperware. Haven't seen that stuff in a while. Oh! There we go. I hope that's never been used before. I honestly can't remember the last time like the building has kind of failed to provide whatever it was we were doing. There is the exception of this PEX stuff. But
all right.
I'll do that. There's
I'm just going to dump it in there and we're going to let it set for a while.
Okay. What's it called again?
Muriatic acid.
Muriatic acid.
Dump all that calcium out of there. Now I got to hold my breath when I do this.
Oh, I have the mask with filters on it. Okay, so this is a long shot from the beginning, but we just put the chain on that. We're in the space where the fork truck was, and we're gonna see if we can get this. Holy cow! Holy cow, it works! Oh my gosh. All you did was just lay that chain on those gears up there.
Yeah, it was just off.
A 5-second. All this time. This is a very convenient load. I mean, we've got an overhead loading dock there, a loading dock here now, and a loading dock there. Well, the boxes are all on the way here, so I'll clear them. Okay. I cannot believe that. So there was a guy who has a overhead door company who came here and he said these old steel roll-up doors are really expensive. So I don't know about the old ones like this, but the fact that that thing works. Holy, I want to get that open just to see what it looks and feels like. Check that out. Holy cow. You know what would be, I was just thinking like I don't know if there could be like food and beverage place in there or not. It's like a different occupancy, different coding rules, but it's got a look, right? Between that room and that room with all those windows there, you can have a deck out here and like a little wine tasting place or microbrewery, or a lot of people commented that a microbrewery would be really good here, but.
This would actually be easy to level this floor too.
You mean the lower area there?
Yeah.
You mean bring it up to this level, you mean?
Yeah. I would just attach 2x along that edge, along this edge, and then build it like a deck.
Build it like a deck?
Yeah. Just wood it over. It'd be strong and you could have storage underneath it.
Storage. But also it's got some kind of character too, right?
Yeah.
Like you had tables down there.
Yeah, you could do like a nice set of steps.
There's stairs right here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's just covered in
nonsense.
But I think I would tend to like go with the quirkiness of it, right? Like leave it lower and then like a waitress or waiter could go down there, or I don't know. Maybe it would be not even a food and drink place, but this roof is so high you could put a balcony up there too.
Yeah.
The possibilities are really like endless, so.
But if somebody did do like a microbrewery, you know how they have those big tall tanks and stuff? I mean, they would fit in here
That's the
nicely.
perfect place for them, yeah. So over in Poland where I live, they have some pubs, and they have these giant copper kettles. They make the beer right there in the restaurant, and but they're real polished and they look amazing. Yeah, really old. And wow. So I see that we didn't shut that door when we pulled the fork truck out, unless somebody came last night and like peeked under there.
Yeah, because you came and did it. Maybe maybe it's so light it just wasn't latched good.
And kind of rose up a little bit. Yeah, that's
because it does open really easy now.
Yeah, because what's the chance somebody's going to come and check that door after all this time?
Put the C-clamp back on it.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Man, I cannot believe that thing opened up. It looks like it's not quite level though, right? Doesn't it look like it's lower on the right side?
Well, that thing is flopped out on this side. That might be throwing an illusion.
Oh, okay.
Because that piece of sheet metal goes up.
Oh, and this roof has a very slight pitch to it too,
Yeah.
right? So that gives that impression. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait till this is all gone. This like here. At some point, I'm just gonna have to break down and spend like $4,000 and say, bring me 10 30-yard dumpsters. And
You know the only problem with that?
yeah.
You gotta have $10,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you have $10,000 just floating around you want to use up?
No, not really.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's, I mean, it's a hustle, right? Like,
Yeah.
the cool thing about this is it's locked, right? So this is the only way to open and close
Right.
it. If somebody tries to lift it from the outside,
It won't lift.
It won't lift. That takes no effort either. It's like,
But now go back up with it.
that takes a little.
Yeah,
bit.
that takes a little more, yeah.
And we got that PV blaster. I bet if we sprayed it in there.
Yeah, I'm sure it all needs to be lubed up.
I cannot believe that thing works. In the 3 years I've had this place, I'm like, that thing doesn't work. I never even pulled on the chain. It's almost pulling itself down at this point.
Yeah, it's getting heavier.
The weird thing is though that this is so deep in here that anything you brought in, it'd have to be this narrow to get it
Right.
to get it through.
You know, I wonder if that's why they have the long forks, maybe.
Oh, to like set it there.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's something we could do. If you're talking about a deck, we just build the deck to here.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a fully functional loading space, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the muriatic acid did its job, and that looks night and day different than when we started. Yeah, I mean that thing was. I didn't even want to film it when we started
it's still
out.
got some chunkies coming out of the upper flush, but yeah, the bowl is very clean.
That's probably the cleanest thing in the entire building.
It may very well be.
Okay. And then once I get the panel out, we'll pull this guy off. That'll be a parts washing station for some garage somewhere. It's a heavy cast iron. But we'll put that vanity in a nice little sink, maybe a blue one that matches this toilet lid. We could, based on that, we can choose the right color for the walls too to paint the beadboard that's up there.